Hello again, everyone, and thanks for watching. I got something really interesting here that I'd like to share with you. They had the delegation that went from a day or two ago went from South Korea to North Korea to meet with Kim Jong Un. The delegation from the President of South Korea, Moon Jae-in, and so these like four guys went up there and they met with Kim Jong Un. And they're laying the groundwork for a summit that's going to happen next month at Panmunjom in the Peace Village. And they get some kind of a reconciliation going and so on and so forth. And there's a sense of optimism, in the air. It looks like things are going to be going to work out here. There's, I think, a better than even chance that things are going to be okay. North Korean music, I believe it was in KCNA, the North Korean media, they had this nice little sentence. It said, "A warm atmosphere overflowing with compatriotic feelings." I like that little, compatriotic feelings. I like that. But there's a few interesting things. They had a video that was put up from North Korean media, a video, and I took a few screen grabs from it, and just to look at them and to study them and see what's going on. And it's fascinating to me what we can learn from just looking at these. The video is nice, but I like still pictures. So take and pull still pictures so you can really study them. It really helps a lot. When they came in, the delegation came in, Kim Jong Un was right there to greet them. Big smiles all around. I mean, Kim Jong Un, he can turn on the charm. And shaking hands. Kim Jong Un is using that the politician's grip, where you shake somebody's hand and you put the other hand over it and grab it, and you hang on for a long time. Nobody does that better than Kim Jong Un. I mean, he's pretty good at it, and he gives them the whole blast. Eye contact and the big smile. It's something to see. And then they had some kind of a sit down at the table, and the leader of the South Korean delegation, he gave Kim Jong Un some kind of a document. It was probably a letter from President Moon Jae-in, I would think. And so they shook hands some more, and then they sat down and had a dinner. As it turns out, when they studied this piece of video, First Lady, Ri Sol-ju, was the star. It's kind of interesting the way that worked out, because the more I looked at this, the more I said, wait a minute, they're focusing a lot on her. And she shook hands individually with each member as they came in, and she was just very warm, effusive, smiling, even a bit of laughter. One of the members of the South Korean delegation actually did a full kowtow to her, bowed from the waist, which, I mean, that's something you never see, even in North Korea. They really don't do that. At least I haven't seen a lot of it. But this South Korean guy just, like a jackknife, boom. And I think she was amused by that. And of course, Kim Jong Un was laughing. And then at the dinner, they're toasting each other with glasses of wine. Here's a thing where Ri Sol-ju, she steps over there and she toasts the leader of the delegation from South Korea. She just moves right in front of her husband. She upstages her husband and toasts, reaches across and clicks glasses. To me, that's very significant, because she's a player. She's just not some shrinking violet. And this is what I'm leading to, that how Ri Sol-ju, she just wasn't sitting there like a little meek and mild little woman. She was up there doing her part, playing her role. And when she toasted the leader from South Korea, I mean, that's a huge thing to me, in my way of thinking. And just reached across her husband. I mean, that's, and I mean, they didn't have a state dinner. They just kind of kept it casual. It was kind of interesting to watch. But here's what I find fascinating, is that anybody that's been watching and knows a little, and I know a little bit about, I don't know a lot about North Korea, but I know way more than the average person. And probably more than most people outside academics or the government. And there's something called a number one picture. That I've learned this a couple of years ago, that whenever they take a picture, a photograph of Kim Jong Un when he's out and about, or even a video, he occupies the center. So that if you see him in any pictures, there he is in the center. You know, any group of guys, you see him right in the center. I've put the green box around him here, in the center. Even with the lady fighter pilots. This is one of my favorite pictures of all time, where Kim Jong Un is surrounded by the lady fighter pilots. There he is, in the center. And that's almost a have to be. They got to put the supreme leader right in the center. It's the same thing with the pictures of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. They've got to be high on the wall, higher than anything else. And Kim Jong-un, he has to be in the center. But here, for the first time that I can remember, Kim Jong-un is not in the center. Who's in the center? His wife. She has that number one position. And they gave her the number one position. And I did a bunch of screen grabs here, and you can see there she is, number one, number one, number one. Kim Jong-un is standing off to the side to the left in the frame. He's almost out of the picture. But here, you know, Ri Sol-ju has the number one position. And I put up a collage here of just four images to give you the idea, and give you the pink and the pink oval. There she is. And to me, that's unprecedented. And so what does that tell us? You know, a few weeks ago, I made a video on wondering why that North Korea had never weaponized the Morongbong Band. And by that, I mean why they had never used them as a propaganda tool. Because you got these beautiful women who play the most beautiful music. So why didn't North Korea put its best foot forward and say, okay, fine, you know, we're not a repressive Stalinist state. Look at these beautiful women and the beautiful music. We even play American music. But they never did that, and I thought it was an opportunity wasted, a tragic waste of a great opportunity to, you know, to improve the image. And so what happens? Apparently, they've done that, but not with the Morongbong Band, because they sent Aung San-woo down, and she caused a huge kerfuffle. She was down there in South Korea. I mean, the media could not get enough of her. They just had these huge media scrums of everybody trying to get a picture and video, and she looked perfectly lovely. I mean, she was just great. And then, for the Olympics, what happens? Kim Jong-un sends his sister, Kim Yo-jong. And she caused an even bigger kerfuffle because she had the great good fortune to be treated rudely by American Vice President Mike Pence. And when he treated her badly by ignoring her, then that only elevated her status. Because she says, well, you know, I must be somebody important to be ignored by the United States of America. And so that's, I mean, there she goes. And now what happens when the delegation from South Korea goes to the north? Ri Sol-ju. She's front and center. She's out there toasting the leader of the delegation. She has the number one pictures. There she is. See? So there's your trifecta. You know, you got Aung San-woo, you got Kim Yo-jong, and you got Ri Sol-ju. And to me, to my way of thinking, that's Kim Jong-un's winning combo. You got these three beautiful women out there, and they're taking the point on his diplomatic push. So I can't think of a better way of doing that. If you're going to open some kind of reconciliation and do it in such a way that you strip away the belligerence, the nonsense, the insults, how better to do it, to make an opening than with attractive women? Smart, accomplished, attractive women. Okay? So it got me to thinking that what got me interested in North Korea in the first place was when I first saw the Morongbong Band. And I saw the leader and first violin. I didn't know who she was at the time, Sonu Hyang-wei. And I saw her and I fell in love. It's just one of those things when you see somebody and you go, whoa, she's for me. Of course, I'll never see her, I'll never meet her, but it's just something happened, and I'm going, man, that's one beautiful woman. And I mean, she plays a violin better than Itzhak Perlman. I know because I've compared them on the same music. She's better. And so that got me interested because I said to myself, if North Korea is supposed to be a repressive Stalinist state, which it is authoritarian, but if it's supposed to be that bad, then how can it produce a woman this beautiful? And I think a lot of people are asking that question, and they're reassessing how they're thinking about North Korea because they said, well, here we got these three beautiful women. And so people are, and so this is the way, I don't know if it's done intentionally or not. I kind of have the feeling, and I'm going to make another video on this, but I kind of have the feeling that this is the doing of Kim Jong Un, Kim Jong Un's sister. I'm thinking she's the one that's come up with this plan. I don't think it was Kim Jong Un. I think she said, look, let's try it this way. Let's see if this works. Because she knew, she was involved with the Morongbong Band, and she knew how it changed people's minds. It helped change people's minds about North Korea. She learned, she heard how that, it was softening the image. And so she said, well, let's do this. So anyway, I just thought that's fascinating that the three women, I might make another video on it to further flesh out the point, to further elaborate on the idea. But yeah, if this reconciliation works, and if the two Koreas become united in a confederacy, 50 years from now, historians might look back and say that it started with those women. Han Sung-mo, Kim Yo-jong, and Ri Sol-jo. They were the ones that started it. It's not quite, but almost a Helen of Troy movement here. We got something going on. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there for the moment. And as always, leave your comments and criticisms and disagreements and flattery and all the rest of it in the space provided below. And thanks for watching.